The mission field is the world, and they that dwell therein. Each and every nation outside of the United States is part of the missions field. We have been commissioned by God to go out and touch the hearts of the mission field. The goal of the mission is to reach the pastors, the less fortunate, the hungry, the homeless, and be able to supply some of the needs, as well as to pray and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to those on the mission field. I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to go with Bishop Linda C. Shearrill to Uganda. It was exciting and sad at the same time. When I got off the airplane, that was the most exciting feeling that I had ever had in a long time. I was like a little kid with a candy stick in my hand. I was actually in the motherland, near the equator. I've never been to the equator in my life, but I was that close to the equator. What an experience God let me have. We also, when I get off the plane, we also met a team of African ministers who came out and treated us with royalty. They drove us around, they took us places, they fed us, they did many, many things, and didn't even have the resources and finances that we had. We ended up coming out of our own pocket to help the church buy some equipment. So the missions field and the goal of the mission is to help. Is to help in whatever capacity that we can. But the ultimate goal is to preach the gospel to the lost. That is the ultimate goal of the mission field, is to preach the gospel, laying hands on the sick, and seeing the sick recover. None other than Bishop Linda C. Shearrill has that commission to do that. Now, there are other ministries that God commissioned, but I'm speaking of Bishop Linda C. Shearrill, who God gave the heart of international ministry to touch people all over the world. I was touched myself in seeing that so many knew about Linda C. Shearrill, or Bishop Linda C. Shearrill. It was a great experience to travel with her. Oh, I felt in place, not out of place, but I felt in place. I felt a part of her life and her ministry. And I've been a part of that ever since. Never gave up, never turned my back, but I'm always behind the ministry to help the ministry go forward. God needs us to do that. You know, in the process of all this, we're going to show you some video footage of some of the places that we went to in Africa. Yes, we did some shopping as well, but we went to some other places that were pretty bad. You know, people were not able to walk. People didn't have, there weren't crutches. They were hungry. People were hungry and starving, and you could see it in their eyes how hungry they were. And it kind of touched me a little bit because I've never really known hunger. I've always had clean water. Even living in poverty, I had clean water. I was able to wash my clothes. I didn't have to go out to the swamp to wash my clothes. I could go to a laundromat, wash my clothes, keep myself clean. Have not always been able to get a haircut, but yet and still I was able to do other things that was of necessity for my life, as well as you. So I want to encourage you to give today. I want you to take time and write out a check for $1,000. I know many of us, $20, $10, $5, that's fine. We appreciate that too, but we want some thousands and 5,000s. Ministries that sit out there know that they can get with their congregation and sacrifice to help this mission move on. Won't you sacrifice, Pastor? Won't you sacrifice your missions, or won't you sacrifice your congregation and have them to give $500 and up, $3,000, $10,000, $20,000? The Bible says, give, and it shall be given unto you. That's not only for the church, that's for anything. Give. Would you give today? Now, I hope the footage that you see will encourage you that you would give for the missions field. It's a serious thing in life, and it's serious for us to get together and to support someone that God gave the vision to. You may not be able to go, but you can be a part of it. And when you give your finances, that's almost like you're going as well. That's counted on your record in heaven. So would you give today? I want to thank you for listening at me. And I appreciate all that you do, and I'm sure that Bishop Linda C. Shearrill would encourage you to give more. Thank you once again on the behalf of the missions team. I'm Tony Coleman, and I pray that you too will become part of the mission team. God bless you.